Hey, salut tout le monde, c'est Damoclès, j'espère que vous allez bien. On se retrouve aujourd'hui pour une nouvelle vidéo sur Genshin Impact. On se retrouve du coup pour la suite de la quête de Ganyu, du coup, qui était confronté à ces difficultés à cause de son sang mi-humain, mi-adepte. Mais on a quand même réussi à la convaincre de revenir au port de Liyue parce elle se sent isolée dans le monde des adeptes, donc du coup la foi de Jade. Mais elle a l'impression que tout le monde la rejette au port de Liyue, ce qui est absolument pas vrai évidemment. Parce que c'est un personnage incroyable. Mais au-delà de ça, du coup, on va voir du coup qu'on va réussir à gérer ça. Donc c'est parti. Évidemment, dans cet épisode sur Twitch, comme d'habitude, n'hésitez pas à nous rejoindre grâce au lien en description, ainsi que sur le serveur Discord, la crosse des mondes. Si vous venez à discuter avec nous, jouer, parler, regarder Overlord. Je suis pas sûr que ça sera la soirée d'ailleurs. Mais voilà, n'hésitez pas, en tout cas, ça fera plaisir. On vous accueillera avec grand plaisir. Allez, c'est parti.
I'm still...
Come on, Ganyu! We're almost there! You don't want to turn back now, do you?
I suppose you have a point. It would be quite impolite of me to leave the two of you now.
That's right! Where do you want to go first, then?
I've spent too much time in the mountains. The first thing that comes to my mind is the sea. Let's go for a walk in the port.
Happy to come with.
Nice. Prenez-vous sur les quais du port de Liyue. C'est parti directement. Oh, c'est parti là-bas. Tac. En tout cas, j'espère que vous allez bien. Moi, toujours aussi content de vous retrouver sur le jeu. Hein. Évidemment, ce n'est pas un nouveau live. Hein. Là, c'est peut-être le 5e ou 6e épisode qu'on enchaîne. Donc c'est pour ça, hein, si vous voulez avoir plein de Genshin et pas seulement des épisodes de 45 minutes chaque jour, ce qui est déjà pas mal. N'hésitez pas à venir nous voir.
The sound of the waves in this familiar port. The smell of the sea breeze makes me nostalgic.
Ganyu, you didn't leave Liyue for that long. Why do you look so moved?
Well, I used to be so busy. I haven't taken a stroll around here in a long time.
Huh. That's true. Ganyu seemed to be working all the time.
Well, when I think about my time here, I've spent most of it behind a desk filing documents. It put me in a certain mood, similar to the one I felt during my training in Juyun Karst, in fact.
Is that... It is! It's Lady Ganyu. I wouldn't have thought I'd meet you here. You were always so terribly busy.
Lady Ganyu? Why are you calling her that?
Petite Ganyu.
Please don't also start calling me that. Allow me to introduce Uncle Tien. He is...
That's all right. Just tell them the truth. They have done so much for Leo after all, and I am the one who has yet to introduce myself.
Uncle Tien is a member of the Leo Chising, the Tianshu.
D'accord.
What? This grandpa is a member of the Chising? The same rank as Ningguang?
Hush now. I must ask for your discretion concerning my identity. Fishing in the port and strolling about are the greatest pleasures of my life. I have no wish to be followed around by those armed guards.
Du coup, on en connaît 2 sur 7.
In most people's
Ah bah non,
eyes,
je suis con.
I'm just a forgetful
3 sur
and
7.
wordy old man.
3 sur 7 parce que du coup, Ketching, c'en est une aussi.
Uncle Tien is too modest. He's been around for a long time. There's no one who can replace a person of such noble character.
La vie ne fait pas le moine, comme on dit.
What an honor to receive such high praise from Lady Ganyu herself. I guess I must have done something right over the last, however many decades.
D'ailleurs, il l'appelle pas Little Ganyu, il l'appelle Lady Ganyu, donc...
Uncle Tien, please. A person of your standing should really stop calling me Lady Ganyu.
My apologies. It's not intentional, just a habit from my younger days. Thank you for looking after me when I first ascended to my position in the cheese sing.
Oh, so you've been friends for many decades now, huh?
Oh, I was just fulfilling my duties as the Chising's secretary. It's nothing worthy of your gratitude.
Talking about secretaries, oh, I don't know if I should bring it up. Ganyu, I believe you know my daughter, Huixin. She seems to be a bit troubled recently.
Yes, she works at Yuehai Pavilion and she's my junior. How can I help her?
I don't know myself, really. She's all grown up now and doesn't like to ask for my help. May I trouble you to meet her at UAI Pavilion? She just needs a bit of guidance.
With pleasure. Solving the Chising's problems has always been in my job description.
She's back in character, just like that, huh?
Comme vous pouvez s'y attendre des 4 étoiles, il est de Ganyu.
Let's move then to Yuehai Pavilion.
Le pavillon Weihai, Yuehai, je sais pas comment ça se dit, et parler à Huixin. Putain, les noms à coucher dehors par contre. Enfin, un nom très chinois évidemment, mais assez difficile à prononcer. Ça, j'avais même pas récupéré ça. Oh la honte. Oh yes, bah oui. Bah oui, forcément. Forcément, les 10 vœux que j'ai fait. Ah, let's go. Et je crois que par contre... Un total de 100 niveaux. Donc ça, j'ai déjà tout eu. Donc en soi, il y aura juste des profondeurs spiralées, théâtre de l'imaginarium, et ça, on l'aura pas, ça. Ça et ça, on pourra pas l'avoir. Malheureusement. Un total de 10 décorations. Ça, faudrait qu'il y ait c'est un mec... Ouais, non, j'ai dire la sanité hier, mais non, c'est foutu. Parce que de toute façon, j'ai déjà l'XP maximum. Donc du coup, on pourra finir ça la semaine prochaine, et ça, c'est plutôt stylé. Parce que du coup, il me reste combien de points à avoir? Il me reste combien de... Non, ça, on s'en fout. Ah! Ouais, il me reste 10 000 points. Ouais, 9600 environ. Enfin, 9460 si on va être précis. Et du coup, pavillon Weihai, c'est où par contre? C'est à 200... Ouais, c'est là en fait. Ok. Ah, ça, c'est frustrant. J'ai toujours envie de finir plus vite les quêtes de... Les quêtes du Battle Pass, mais bon. Au moins, l'avantage, c'est qu'on les finit pas au dernier moment, quoi. La première fois qu'on l'avait fait, c'était vraiment serré. Hein. Que là, les 2 derniers qu'on a fait, on les a gérés. Hein.
Miss Ganyu, it's been too long. I don't know why, but seeing you brings me a sense of peace in these chaotic times.
Indeed, it has been a while, Huixin. I'm flattered, but aren't you exaggerating a little? I heard that you've encountered some problems and came to see if I could be of some help.
My father asked you to come, didn't he? Abusing his status as a member of the Chising to trouble you.
Don't worry. I'm always happy to help a junior colleague from Yuehai Pavilion.
Ganyu's not only a competent secretary, but also a great mentor.
J'ai l'impression que les Y, en fait, ils ne prononcent pas. Ça se prononce en H à moitié. En Weihai. C'est à moitié un H qui est aspiré, en fait.
So, what can you tell me about the problem?
Ugh, where should I start? I discovered something strange while organizing tax records. There are obvious irregularities in the tax declarations of 2 stores, Second Life and Wanyo Boutique. However, whether I question the shopkeepers or check their accounts, I can't seem to make any progress with my investigation. Without any evidence, my hands are tied.
I see. It's not uncommon for merchants to be blinded by greed.
Well, is there any solution you can advise?
Naturally, I've dealt with similar issues hundreds of times. Give me a moment to consider the best approach in this scenario.
Voilà, 1000 ans d'expérience de travail.
All right. Let's approach it this way then. Your enemy knows you best.
Huh?
If I remember correctly, Second Life and Wanyo Boutique are old business rivals, competing for market share due to their similar wares. In that case...
In that case... Ah! I know what you mean, Miss Ganyu.
Se dénoncer entre eux.
Exactly. Let's start with Wanyo Boutique. The owner's name is... Bolai, isn't it?
Yes, you're right. Follow me, please.
On va voir ça. Aller à la boutique Wanyo et parler à Bolai. Hop. Ouais, ça on va en ramasser en vrai. Ça pourrait être utile, donc on sait jamais. Lisiani pareil. Hop. Je sais pas du tout de quoi il a besoin Tarta. Enfin Tarta. Bien sûr, Zhongli pour être amélioré hormis des lances. D'ailleurs, en parlant des lances, c'est vrai que ça fait un moment que on les a, mais j'ai toujours pas commencé à faire une R5. Enfin, une autre lance, donc en vrai, on pourrait s'en occuper maintenant. Hop. Là, on a 2 lances R5. Rang 1 de raffinement. Ouais, rang 5 de raffinement, voilà. Donc celle-là, on va pouvoir la fusionner avec une autre. Hop. Voilà. Ça nous fait 3 points vie blanche au moins. Une R2 et 2 R5, ça c'est quand même pas dégueulasse. Ok, nice. En termes de primogène, j'en ai 200. Donc du coup, non, j'en ai pas 90, j'en ai du coup 91. 91, du coup on est actuellement à 91 plus 31, on est à 122 de pity, ce qui est quand même pas dégueulasse. Du coup ça nous fait 90 plus 32 de pity, donc c'est vraiment propre. Bonjour, en quoi puis-je vous aider? Qu'y a-t-il? Non, au revoir. C'est pas toi que je parlais. Ah, t'inquiète, moi aussi, il y a une journée de travail qui m'attend demain. Bah là, il est où en fait? Ah, mais c'est en dessous, je suis con. C'est ici. Ce cher monsieur dont on avait déjà parlé à la quête de zombies.
Aha, we meet again, traveler. And you must be from the Yuhai Pavilion? I suppose you're about to place a big order. I'd be honored to offer you my wares.
Je dis, c'est dommage que les persos comme Zhongli et tout, on puisse pas les croiser dans l'open world. Juste à faire leur petit truc quotidien, ça aurait été incroyable.
That won't be necessary, Mr. Bolai. Wanyo Boutique's credit is not sufficient to accept orders directly from Yuahai Pavilion. Should we need to place such an order, we would certainly go to Second Life instead.
What? Second Life? Ugh. That rascal Dongsheng. He's stealing all of my customers.
Well, Second Life's credit has always been excellent, and based on their tax records, their business is thriving.
Oh, tax records? Thriving?
Huh. Is there anything you'd like to share with us, Mr. Bolai?
Don't let that rascal fool you. I know his dirty tricks best. If you don't believe me, show me his tax records. I'm sure I'll find something fishy in there.
You know Second Life's business so well?
Of course. Ugh, their every transaction makes my blood boil. I'd rather lose money myself than see that rascal make some.
C'est ça qu'on appelle la compétition.
Well then, please look over this tax record. We'll review Second Life's credit based on your observations.
Oh, of course. I'll read very, very carefully. Line by line and word by word.
Bah là, il prend un certain temps pour examiner le dossier fiscal de seconde chance.
Ah, here, I found it. That exquisite wooden furniture set he bought from Fanmu Carpenters at the beginning of the year. Ugh, he even flaunted it in front of me. Look at the tax record. Not a word about that furniture. And he kept all the profit for himself.
I see. He must have gotten rid of all the documents related to this transaction. No wonder there was no trace of it.
I told you so. Just as I expected. Ugh, I can't wait to watch him squirm.
But, Ms. Ganyu, despite all this, can't he just flat out deny ever making this transaction?
He might have destroyed all the evidence, but I believe the supplier, Fanmu Carpenters, might still have some proof of it.
Aha, you're right. Master Lu from Fanmu Carpenters must still have the invoice. He wouldn't be swayed by the likes of Dongsheng.
I hope so. Let's go to Fanmu Carpenters. It should be near Chingsa Village. Thank you for shining a light on this case, Mr. Balai.
Oh, please, please, that's nothing. I just hope you won't be lenient with him once you find the evidence. That's the best way to show your gratitude.
I'm afraid I can't go to Chingsa Village.
It's all right, Weishin. You can stay in Liyue Harbor and finish your work. Leave the...
Oh, that's
Merde.
so considerate of you. Still, I'm sorry to trouble you like that.
Ok. Alors, la charpenterie Fanmo est parlé à Maître Loup. Ou Maître Lu, comme les biscuits. Non, je ne sais pas. Non, on y est déjà allé en plus, à cette charpenterie-là. On y est allé pour la quête... La quête de... C'était la quête de... Pas de Eugene, mais il y avait Eugene dedans. C'était des quêtes annexes qu'on devait faire en fait. Hop. Bonjour, la déesse de la foudre vient vous rendre visite, monsieur.
Ah, welcome, welcome. How can an old carpenter like me help you? I'm usually happy to take new apprentices, but I'm afraid I can't take too many at once. But I'm always around if you're keen for a chat.
Chingsa really is full of lonely old people.
Hey, I heard that, Flying One.
Paimon, sorry.
Master Lu, we've just come to see you and ask you some questions.
Don't worry, I know. You're from the Yuehai Pavilion, right? Why would the Qixing care about an old man like me? Well, whatever. You said that you want to ask me something. Ask away, then.
You're very direct, Master Lu. I will be plain. We're looking for proof that Dongsheng from Second Life has been evading taxation. Dongsheng bought some furniture from you at the beginning of the year. Do you still have the invoice or any other record of that transaction?
Oh, it's about Second Life. It was a big order. How could I forget?
Sure enough, Mr. Balai was right. Could we perhaps borrow that invoice? We won't have any evidence to bring against Dongsheng otherwise.
Of course you can. But I'm not so sprightly anymore.
What's that supposed to mean?
I only do my woodwork and display finished wares here at Fanmu Carpenters. As for old documents and such, I keep them all in a warehouse west of here. But some troublemakers have recently moved there, invading my warehouse. I tried to drive them away, but they just wouldn't leave. Since you need that invoice anyway, it may be best to get it from the warehouse yourself. And while you're at it, you can teach those louts a lesson.
So that's what happened.
I'll leave you to it then. I need to get back to work.
En pleine nuit, bien sûr.
Take back the warehouse, find the invoice. Time for us to show our stuff in a fight.
Wait, I think I saw one of those troublemakers. Ah, over there.
Oh, Paimon sees them too. It's one of the Fatui.
Qu'est-ce qu'ils essayent de faire?
They must be plotting something against Liyue Harbor.
Encore?
Maybe they're the scoundrels who invaded Master Lu's warehouse.
Ne devrions-nous pas d'abord l'observer pendant un moment?
Ever since Osial attacked the harbor, the Fatui's reputation in Liyue has reached rock bottom. We won't cause a serious diplomatic crisis by getting into some small scuffle with the Fatui within our borders. You need not worry. Besides, I can already feel their malicious intentions. Consider it my intuition as the secretary of the Qixing.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's go teach him a lesson.
Elle est partie, on va lui tabasser la tronche. La mort vient du ciel.
Now you shall perish! Teamwork is dreamwork! Huh? Things are about to get dicey. Busted. Shine down!
Oh là, c'était fini.
You scoundrels!
I think you've had enough. About time you tell us your plan. No?
Plan? What plan?
We just taught you a lesson, but clearly you weren't paying attention. If you don't spill whatever you're scheming against Liyue, we'll be forced to use harsher methods.
Allez, dites-nous tout.
I'm telling the truth. There's no scheme.
If you're telling the truth, then why would you, a member of the Fatui, suddenly appear on the outskirts of Qingce village?
Fine. If you really want to know, then, well, I was about to.
About to what?
Pick berries over there.
I must admit, I didn't expect you to come up with such a silly excuse.
It's not an excuse. I rarely have a free morning, and I heard that there were fresh berries in this area. Think about it. I'm here alone, and Qingce Village is nothing more than a retirement spot for old people. What could I be scheming anyway?
Judging by how he's looking at us, it does seem like he feels like he's the victim here.
So you have nothing to do with the occupation of Fanmu Carpenter's warehouse?
Fanmu Carpenter's warehouse? Where's that? I swear, I only came here to pick berries, that's all.
So it wasn't the Fatui who took over Master Lu's warehouse after all.
Ouais, espèce, ça n'en dirait bien.
I also feel that he's telling the truth.
Whoopsie!
I misjudged the situation and offended you. My apologies. Our exchange only represents my personal views. If you wish it so, you can file a complaint to the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
Exchange? This woman, she's clearly aware that the Ministry of Civil Affairs wouldn't side with us Fatui.
Yes, precisely. As an alternative, you may try to solve this problem with force once again.
Paimon's in!
Darn you. How can you wear that solemn face while bullying me like this?
What's your choice then?
I'll get back to my berries.
Bon choix.
What a bittersweet ending.
I made a laughingstock out of myself. I might have spent too much time away from work. My intuition is not as accurate as it used to be.
No worries. It's always nice to teach the Fatui a lesson.
Let's keep moving towards Master Lu's warehouse. Our goal is to get the invoice, after all.
Reprenez l'entrepôt occupé. L'entrepôt qui se trouve du coup par ici, ok. Après, c'est un peu con de garder tes factures dans un entrepôt qui est loin, quoi. Ah, mais c'est des brusocolinistes qui s'en sont emparés, en fait.
So this is the warehouse. Seems like those troublemakers were nothing more than a few churros. Let's show them what we got.
Dharma shines eternal.
Il voulait s'emparer d'un entrepôt comme ça, quoi.
Things are about to get dicey.
Everyone hold hands. Sharing my knowledge.
I'm going in. Ow. Torn to oblivion.
Ça, les mecs avec les boucliers, on pourra s'en occuper dans 2 jours. Dans moins de 48 heures, on pourra s'en occuper si on a zombie.
Clear. Quick, let's look around for the invoice.
Elle est où la facture? Elle est là.
This one is an invoice from One Min Restaurant. Some dining tables and chairs. That's not it. This one is Wangsheng Funeral Parlors. Oh, so they make coffins too.
Il n'y a pas l'air d'y avoir de facture. Hein. Pas de ce type-là en tout cas. Attends, je suis aveugle ou... Ah, derrière.
This one is Second Lives. We finally found it. Let's bring this invoice back to Hoishin.
Hop, là-bas. Nickel.
Oh, Ms. Ganyu, you're back. I hope it wasn't too much trouble rushing about like that.
I promise to help you and I'll keep my word. Nothing to worry about. Look, it's the invoice for the transaction between Second Life and Fanmu Carpenters. We've brought it back.
Oh, thank you so much. Now we can solve this problem.
Agreed. How about we go to Second Life and have a nice chat with the owner?
C'est un peu bizarre la traduction parce qu'il dit clairement Second Life, donc seconde vie, mais ils appellent ça seconde chance. J'aime bien le fait que Madame Ping, ce soit le seul perso potentiellement ultra rare qui soit en PNJ, quoi. Alors que genre tous les autres persos, genre Ningong et tout, non, on n'a pas le droit de les voir, quoi. C'est dommage, je trouve. Ça rajouterait tellement de vie de pouvoir les voir. Hop. C'est vrai que la quête de Yelan, pareil, on a toujours pas possibilité de la voir. Hein. Parce que la quête de Yelan, si je dis pas de bêtises, faut avoir terminé. Ah bah tiens, la quête de Ganyu. Et intermède acte 2. Bah justement. Donc c'est peut-être lié à Ganyu aussi cette quête là, je sais pas. On verra. Bienvenue au magasin seconde chance, cher client, qu'est-ce qui vous intéresse? Oh, du dossier fiscal.
Isn't it Huixin from the Yuehai Pavilion? I told you that all of my transactions are included in the records. My tax declarations are scrupulous as well. I do hope that my business won't be affected by any groundless accusations.
Groundless accusations? Mr. Dongsheng, you seem very sure of yourself. But I sincerely advise that you cease this behavior immediately. It is liable to affect the fine you'll need to pay in the end.
No. I'm an honest merchant. I would never get involved with any fraudulent sources of profit.
N'avez vraiment aucune fierté.
Haven't I made myself clear? Mr. Dongsheng, you've already been proven guilty of tax evasion. I just came here to see if you'd confess.
What? Proven guilty? How come? That's impossible. Absolutely absurd.
He's talking without rhyme or reason. Must be crumbling under Ganyu's pressure. Time for the finishing blow!
Mr. Dongsheng, can you tell me what this is?
It's an invoice from Fanmu Carpenters. I'm Master Lu. I didn't...
Do you admit to tax evasion? This transaction was absent from the tax record.
I didn't think you'd find out. I didn't leave a single trace.
Indeed. We wouldn't have found out if it weren't for Mr. Boalai's aid.
Volai? That imp from Wanyo Boutique? So he told on me behind my back. He's got his own share of dirty laundry.
Oh? Mr. Dongsheng, I'd like to hear a little more about this dirty laundry. Would you care to elaborate?
Dongsheng expose l'imagination fiscale de la boutique Wanyu.
I don't think you'll need my guidance for what comes next.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Ganyu. I can take it from here.
That's good.
I must say, you're truly impressive, Ms. Ganyu. Your enemy knows you best. To think, you came up with this plan and executed it so masterfully.
It's actually one of your father's, the Tianshu's, old tricks. I just took some inspiration from it.
My father?
Pitting your opponent against their enemies and watching them drag each other down from an advantageous position. That's how Uncle Tien managed to keep his position in the Qixing secure for so many years. I figured that as Uncle Tien's daughter, you'd naturally grasp your father's strategies. So, I decided to use one of your father's tricks and play it out for you to see.
I can see it now. Clearly, I still have a lot to learn about my father. I'm really grateful, Ms. Ganyu. You're the kindest mentor I've ever had.
Ganyu solved both Huishin's work and family problems. 2 birds with 1 stone.
Oh, you've helped me so much. You must allow me to repay your kindness.
That's not necessary. No need to be so serious. It was nothing, really.
Then let me treat you to a meal. The Traveler and Paimon are invited as well. I appreciate your help.
Ouais, si je commence à avoir la dalle.
Alright, come on, Ganyu. Just say yes. Let's eat.
Attendons la décision de Ganyu.
If it's just a meal, there's no reason for me to decline. It'll be my pleasure, Huixin.
Actually, I've already booked Senua Kiosk. I need a moment to prepare everything first. Let's meet there in a while.
All right. We dare not refuse such generosity.
Nice. Une secrétaire dans une société humaine. Une mission intemporelle. Je pense que là, du coup, c'est la fin de la quête. Ouais. C'est ça. Et je pense que là, c'est vraiment la... Ouais, c'est vraiment une conclusion, en fait. C'est la conclusion de la quête. J'espère qu'on aura une belle cinématique. On en a déjà une belle au début pour exposer son histoire à Ganyu, mais j'espère qu'elle va réussir à équilibrer un peu ces deux origines, quoi. On va voir ça. Du coup, c'est cool. Je me disais justement, en passant devant le resto tout à l'heure, c'est dommage qu'on puisse pas y entrer. En fait, on peut quand même y aller.
Miss Ganyu, thank you for accepting my invitation. And as for the two of you, your presence is also much appreciated.
Sure.
That's so kind of you, Huixin. You went to great lengths to organize this.
Truth be told, apart from thanking you for all the help, there's something I'd like to tell you.
Oh? If there's anything I can help you with, just tell me straight away. No need to hesitate.
Oh, no, I don't really need help. Could you just listen for a bit?
With pleasure.
When I was a little girl, my father used to tell me many stories about you, Miss Ganyu. Even though I have the utmost respect for my father, I always admired how gentle and reliable you are. I've only decided to join the Yuhai Pavilion staff because I've always looked up to you.
I didn't know that you think so highly of me.
However, in reality, working at the Yuhai Pavilion turned out to be an arduous task. I can't compare myself to such an outstanding secretary like you. I often doubt myself as a result.
I disagree. You're a great secretary in your own right.
Thank you. Over the years, I became a mother, too.
Huh? So Uncle Tian is a grandpa!
Influenced by my youthful ideals, she followed my footsteps and came to be a secretary at the Yuhai Pavilion, too. At first, I was worried about her. It's not an easy job, after all. To tell the truth, I'm still unsure if she's capable enough. But after all that happened this time, I've made up my mind to support her choice.
So, what made you change your mind?
The fact that she'll have you, Ms. Ganyu, as her senior colleague. You'll help her, gentle as always, and tell her your mom used to do it like that. It'd be such a beautiful moment. If it's not too much to ask for, she might still need your guidance in 20+ years, too.
Huixin, I never thought that I meant so much to you.
Just like when you showed me my father's trick. Having you as their witness makes people feel at ease.
Witness? It's true that I've witnessed thousands of years of Liyue Harbor's history. All the changes it's gone through, the stories of its people. But I've always regarded it as nothing more than the source of my loneliness. Huixin, you don't know how important those words are to me. You've made me realize that I share another connection with the people of Liyue Harbor, apart from my contract with Rex Lapis. They rely on me, accept me, and long for me to bear witness to their stories.
Oh, of course. You're irreplaceable to us.
That's right. That's why I can't disappoint you.
Hooray! Ganyu's finally cheered up!
Even if I've really been supplanted, I wish to fight for my place. I won't let you down. I'm going to fulfill my contract and keep working as the Qixing secretary.
Je vous ai dit que vous n'aviez pas été.
Regardless, I'll go back and see for myself. I'm afraid that it might have all become a mess during my absence. No time to waste. Let's get back to work.
Good luck, Miss Ganyu.
We're leaving already? Paimon's still hungry.
Allô, secrétaire à la chambre de Jade. Allez, c'est parti. Du coup, c'est là-haut. Du coup, grâce à ça, on pourra débloquer la chambre de Jade le retour normalement. Avec cette quête-là.
Baisha, are you okay? Did you fall asleep standing up? Look! Look who's back!
You even have enough time for leisure? It seems you three are a suitable replacement for me after all.
Not at all. We've been working for too long. If we didn't take a break...
We wouldn't have survived long enough to see you again, Miss Ganyu.
Miss Ganyu, we've missed you.
That's so kind of you all, given we've only met once.
We've been praying day and night for you to return and take over your duties again.
To us, you're like an adeptus coming down to the human world to save all life. Forget all our envious complaints from before. Just free us from this strenuous work,
please.
All right. All right, I see. Please divide the matters at hand into government affairs, business affairs, and civil affairs. Mark out the tasks that haven't been started, and those that are in progress. I'll take care of the rest.
Of course. We'll do it right away.
Oh, finally. We're saved.
Yes. There's one more thing. I'd like to earnestly thank you, Traveler. If it weren't for your companionship, I would still be embroiled in my inner conflict right now.
C'est bien que vous vous ressaisissiez.
To think that I'd gained a human friend outside of work. It makes me happier than I could have imagined. I'd like to repay you when I'm done with the work at hand. What would you say if I accompanied you on one of your trips?
Ah, quand tu veux, clairement.
Sure, but are you ever done with work, Ganyu?
Viens dans ma box, Ganyu.
Let's cross that bridge when we come to it, shall we?
Tu reviens en run, je pull sur toi direct. Et voilà, mer de nuages, mer d'hommes, quête terminée. Bon, la question c'est qui on va faire maintenant. On va commencer à peine la quête seulement, mais en vrai... on a combien de primogèmes? On en a 100. En vrai, on va pouvoir commencer... Celle de Chaos, c'est celle qui m'inspire le moins, donc go la faire. Allez. Après l'auberge Wangshu, vous tombez nez à nez avec des brutaux colonistes corrompus, ainsi alors qu'un adepte répondant au nom de céleste voleur d'étoiles fait montre de ses talents d'exorcisme assez fidèles. Un étrange voleur. On va aller voir ça. Inspecte les environs de l'auberge Wangshu. Comme ça, demain, on fait les quêtes de Chao et de Souffle Nuage. Comme ça, mardi, Zhongli, on le farm et mercredi, on reprend le principal. Je pense.
Is it just Paimon, or is there something weird about those hilly trails over there?
Ils ont l'air plus agités que d'habitude.
Right. Maybe it has something to do with that sorta dark energy they're giving off. Uh-oh. This is right by the Wangshu Inn too. Oh, the guests are in great danger. Now that we've seen it, if we don't do anything about it, Paimon will feel really guilty. Let's go take care of them.
Allez, go les défoncer.
Busted. Here comes the catch.
These super evil hilly trolls are more difficult to defeat than the usual kind too. Hey, seems like people are gathering over there. Wonder what they're doing.
Oh.
Whoa! See that guy in the mask? He scared off all the hilly trolls.
On dirait qu'il utilisait la magie des adeptes.
Oh, you mean like Xiao? Now that you mention it, this guy's mask is kind of similar to the one that he wears. But the magic he was using seemed even more adeptacy than Xiao's. Shall we go say hi?
Ah bah pour le coup, oui. Mais dans le prochain épisode. Alors je sais que du coup, on aura à peine commencé, mais il y a un truc que je voulais voir, que j'ai totalement oublié de faire. Au niveau des quêtes, je vais voir combien il nous en reste. Normalement, il nous en reste encore 7. Là, normalement, en finissant l'histoire de Ganyu, on a débloqué la quête trésor aquatique et chambre de jade le retour. Et il nous en restera 3 avec Shao, normalement. C'est les 3 quêtes au-delà, en fait. Effectivement, il nous en restera 7. Donc trésor aquatique, chambre de jade. Et on pourra faire celle-là. Du coup, il ne restera que ces 2 quêtes-là à faire quand on aura fini Fontaine. Ce qui est quand même pas dégueulasse. Écoutez les amis, en tout cas on va s'arrêter là pour cet épisode. J'espère qu'il vous aura plu. Si c'est le cas, n'hésitez pas à liker, partager, à vous abonner, à activer la cloche. N'hésitez pas non plus à nous rejoindre sur Twitch et sur le serveur Discord pour vivre en direct nos aventures, ou venir avec nous, regarder des animés, jouer à vos parties et tout. Et on se retrouve évidemment dès demain pour la suite de l'aventure Genshin Impact avec la quête de Shao. Allez, je vous remercie de regarder et je vous dis à demain tout le monde. C'était à vous classer. Salut, salut!